Hello, friends out in radio and podcasting land. Welcome to another exciting episode, groundbreaking episode of Pastors of Pain. I'm Father Brian O'Brien, pastor of St. Francis Xavier Catholic Church here in Stillwater, Oklahoma. My compadre, Father Carey, is out today. But we're going to be back. We're going to record a little bit later on this week several episodes where we will be back in studio, or like in our living room, which is our studio, for the first time in like 4 weeks, because we interviewed Kira Ziola. She was on the show. That was awesome. What was it? We had somebody else. Oh, Focus Missionaries. Father Healy was on. I almost forgot about Father Healy. I'm such a terrible pastor. And then we have three special guests today. They have the distinction of being the youngest guests that we've ever had on Pastors of Pain. They also have the distinction of having a rival podcast, but we decided to put them on anyway, despite the rivalry. Anyway, I'm joined today by Tommy Cabine, Ben Wells, and Ryan Hansen. Say hello, guys.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes,
we're here.
There they are. They are. Okay, they are teenagers. They are Catholic. They go to this parish, to St. Francis Xavier. I'm going to let them just tell you. We'll go down the line. Tommy, give us a little bio.
Okay.
You know, what do you do all day? And then we'll get to Ben, and then we'll get to Ryan, and then I got a lot of questions for these guys about podcasting, about evangelization, about school, about the life of teenagers. Okay, Tommy, give us a little scoop.
As you said, I'm Tommy Cabine. I'm the son of and grandson of two other Cabines who have been on this podcast.
Oh, that's right. You're the third generation Cabine.
Third generation Cabine.
Further groundbreaking.
I am homeschooled, and I spend a lot of my time doing work for homeschool, and then practicing my cello and writing stuff for the Good News.
Yes. Okay, so we're going to get to this. So these guys, what these three guys have in common, many things, but they are the writers. They have their own little magazine called The Good News, which they've also turned into a podcast. Anyway, we'll get to all that. Okay. So Tommy, welcome to Pastors of Pain. Okay, Ben Wells.
Hi, I'm homeschooled as well. I also play the cello. We play in the same. Tommy and I play in the same orchestra. I program and all those kinds of things in my spare time. I run the website for the Good News. I write occasionally, and it's basically my job to do everything related to the podcast. as well.
You're known as the tech guy.
He's
Yes.
the smart person that knows how to do the typey type on the computer.
Yeah,
type
I know
exactly.
nothing.
Yeah.
I put in the things, and the computer does things.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's great.
That sounds very technical.
Very.
Nice. Okay, Ryan Hansen.
I am Ryan Hansen. I remember co-founding the company with Tom. I'm also
The
homeschooled.
company.
Yes.
Company.
I don't know what the difference
You
between
guys
company
make
and
you guys make
corporate
big
is.
money?
No.
No.
Okay.
We make
Oh,
zero.
Are you a
Well-
company or are you a nonprofit?
Non-profit. Although we did have a $50 donation a week ago.
Well.
Which is
Yeah.
pretty big for
You
us.
You can donate
Wow.
online if you want.
Okay.
that's a new thing,
Wow. Okay, Ryan, what's your story?
Well, I'm also homeschooled, and I play the viola for the same band as Tom and Ben.
We see each other.
Tell
a
it.
lot.
Tell us about this band.
It's the homeschool band and orchestra. I play in the orchestra part.
How many people are in this band?
If you're a homeschooler, you're probably in it.
Is that
Yes.
right?
If you're a homeschooler
like
who plays a
mandatory?
musical
Most
instrument.
of the homeschooling communities in it.
Okay. How big is that? Tell us about the homeschooling community in Stillwater.
I mean, the majority of the homeschool community in Stillwater is Catholic.
Yep.
And they come to St. Francis.
Yep.
And then a majority of them play in this orchestra, which is, 50 people.
50? 50?
75, maybe.
I think it might be a
Wow.
few more than that because there's maybe 15 people in advanced strings
There's a
and there's
lot of
people in
people.
all the other ones as well.
Yeah,
Wow,
there's,
that's
there's all
big.
of band too,
Yeah.
It's big.
Dang.
It's a great way to
and a
see
small
other homeschoolers.
a small
and-
amount of those people play in choir as well.
Oh, yeah.
In the choir here.
In our
Yes.
Yeah.
choir.
Yeah.
And me and Tom do, and Ben sometimes does.
Yeah.
Ben's other ministry here at the parish is he helps us with the live streaming.
Yes,
Right.
I do that.
Of our 11:15 mass and our 1 p.m. Spanish mass.
Yes.
Yes, shout out Ben Wells.
Let's
well
go.
done.
That's me.
How long have you
Yeah.
been playing instruments, Ryan? How long have you been playing?
A year.
A
So,
year?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Ben,
But I played
thought-
piano. I
thought
played
you
piano for like a year before,
Okay,
so technically 2 years.
so you're a little bit new on the music scene.
Yeah.
Okay. And that, Ben, how long have you been playing?
I think I've been playing the longest of us three here. I think I've been playing for 4 years.
Bam.
5 years.
All
5
right.
years now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tommy, you've been playing how long?
3 years.
Right on. How did you pick your instrument?
I just like
Or
saw a
is it like the
cello and was
Saints
like,
where
all
the
right, the cello
instrument
is
picked
cool.
you?
Yeah, the instrument picked me.
Instrument picked
Yeah,
It's like Harry Potter.
You walked into the music store and it was like glowing.
A cello.
yeah, exactly. I was just like, I want to play a musical instrument, and the cello is cool, so that's what I decided.
Is
to
the
do.
cello cool? I was unaware.
Well, the viola is
Very.
cooler, but
Oh,
No.
okay.
Oh,
I see
really?
how it is.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What do other people? I mean, you could have played the piccolo, or the violin,
I was
No,
against
not the
band
violin.
the
instruments. 'cause
trumpet,
I didn't really want to play band instruments.
drums,
Yeah, I wanted to play a stringed instrument.
triangle,
I wanted to play the trumpet, and then
You
I
could
was
be
like,
a professional triangle.
the
player.
trumpet's
maraca,
kinda
the
hard.
maracas.
Oh, the maracas. I did play the maracas once.
Is
They
that
played
right?
those in church a while ago.
Yeah.
They also had the battling tambourines at St. John. And then Father Stewart hid those.
He hid them.
He hid them in like the basement, and then they found them again. Then brought them back.
He didn't like the tambourines,
did
so
not.
he
They
hid
were-
them.
Yeah, well, so it started to get into a sort of a battle between who's the better tambourine player,
Oh,
and so we hid them, and then they
tambourine
found them
players,
again.
man,
Competition.
they are tough.
There was competition. There was
Wow.
strong
Huge
competition.
egos in the tambourine community.
Exactly. Yes.
Big time. Big
Yes.
time. Okay, so you all play instruments.
hmm
And then tell us about what has brought you to this podcast. Is the Good News magazine?
Yes.
Tell us what is that, Tommy? What is that?
Okay.
And then maybe Ben, Ryan, you can kind of how did it come about?
Yes.
And then you have a tech side to it, which I think is also interesting. Maybe perhaps to inspire other teenagers to evangelize. Evangelizing is not just for the old people like me.
No.
Okay, Tommy? How did it come
So-
about?
It began. So me and Ryan are both. We love to write, and we love the idea of starting a business or a newspaper. And we just sort of talked about this, not very seriously. And we got together one summer afternoon. And we're like, if we want to do this, how do we do it?
There have been many failed attempts.
Many failed
Throughout.
attempts. We,
Trial and error.
we were
call
thinking
it.
of like
Yeah.
a Magnificon.
Well, those
kind
failed
of
attempts
thing.
didn't have me, so
Yeah, they
just,
were.
just
Ben,
saying,
Ben wasn't
yeah.
on the scene
Ben
yet.
came in and really, he's the glue.
Yeah, I didn't even know Ben yet.
He's the glue guy.
And then
Really?
no, and then
Oh.
we
Oh.
actually then, let's see, probably 2019, we actually wrote articles, and we were like, oh, we'll write something, and then we can make a magazine. And we wrote stuff, and nothing came. So then
You just wrote stuff
We
for
just wrote-
that nobody read.
nobody read.
Exactly.
There was no medium for it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do like looking at them every once in a while. Be like, oh, that was
You could
fun.
break them out. Break
Could
out
break 'em
those.
out.
Special edition.
Special edition.
Yeah.
I think Ben wrote something about the
The writing
Chris-
quality has increased significantly since
Well,
that
there's
time,
a big
so I would
difference
not
between
recommend
a
it.
14-year-old writing
This
and
is what
a
I was like when
and
I
a f-
wrote 10
and a
when I was
9-year-old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there
So-
should be at least.
Yeah. So we sort of offhanded talked about it, and then we got so far as making what we called the Corporal Works of Mercy Good Citizenship Club.
I remember
The most
that.
Oh, I
long-winded
remember
name
that.
ever.
Yeah, I do too.
The
I-
Corporal Works of Mercy Good Citizenship Club.
Yes.
Too long of a
Dot
name.
org.
Way too long of a name.
I think we wrote like 3 letters to people.
we
and
like
that was about the
we wanted to
extent.
help people, and
Then it didn't
so-
happen.
But it didn't happen
That's good.
mostly
You
because
help
we were
people,
pretty
yeah.
bad at.
we were all very young and we couldn't drive, so we couldn't really.
Still can't.
You-
sadly.
by the way, yeah,
Still
you
can't.
we
still
still working on
still
it.
can't drive.
Working on it. We'll get there.
The driving situation
2 more
has not
years.
changed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
transportation is important for things like that. So, but we then were like, well, maybe we could write things and try and help people that way. So then we actually made a newsletter, which was pretty much the only thing we did, which we called The Good News, which Ryan's brother, Alex, came up with.
That's
Yes.
a much shorter name.
Much
It
Yeah.
was. It was a much better name.
Branding improved. you
branding
know.
improved.
Yeah.
But we are like The Good News, and it was a nice play on words since the gospel
Yeah.
means the good news. So
This
we-
was not the same good news that we published the first issue of. This was different.
yes.
There was a Good News 1.0.
Yes.
Prototype.
Oh, prototype. I
Yeah.
see.
Yeah.
I see.
Then-
Gotcha.
So we did that, and then the Corporal Works of Mercy Good Citizenship Club sort of fell apart. But we
Oh,
wanted to keep
It died
writing.
with COVID.
Died
no,
with COVID.
no one, just no
It
one
actually,
joined. This-
well,
It
sort of
started
also died
during
with
COVID,
It
but
started
it-
during
yeah.
COVID, but it's also died during COVID.
Yeah, it,
started
it did
business
both.
during COVID.
It did both. Its lifespan was within 2020,
Yeah,
and then
within like a few months.
yes, but then we wanted to keep writing, so I called some of my friends. I was like, "Hey Ben, want to write? Hey Ryan, you want to write?" Called some other people. They were like, "Yeah,
You have a variety of writers.
we do."
Yes.
Yeah, we have I think 3 or 4 more now than we did when we started.
You got some
Oh,
of
yeah,
the
when we
Beatles box in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, when
Wagner's.
we started, we had like 5 people, and now we have the
You have a
Evelyn
whole
Wagner,
staff.
Whole
Yes,
staff.
now we don't have to write every week.
And now, yeah,
Yeah.
we have enough
Delegation,
people
guys.
that everyone.
Good life lessons.
Yeah. So then we did that, and we moved on to just seeing how we could make it better, seeing how we could spread what we believed was important to other people. So we came up with issue 1, and I wrote you an email, Father,
I remember this.
and I was like, we have this newsletter, this magazine that we like to hand out at the donut hour after the 8:30 mass. Father was like, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I remember being enthusiastic.
yes.
I think
It
we
was more
did. There
like,
was a mild.
yeah.
There was a mild controversy one Sunday. I don't know if you guys recall, where I think you guys were handing them out like in the narthex,
Yes.
and there was like competition with the bulletin.
Oh.
Oh,
And we sort of pulled out our troops, like, okay,
Yeah,
calm
Okay.
down.
So I think our compromise, because we didn't want people being like, "Oh, is
Yeah.
this is the new bulletin?" Like,
yeah, go for the bulletin first.
"Oh, what time is mass?" Or who's this mass for? And then they're like,
The good news?
they're seeing the
see
word
Catherine Drexel. This
the
is
word
not a
search
mass.
in the good news.
Yeah.
And so we our compromise was pass it out in the coffee and donut time, and then we'd also have copies in the parish office.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we
I
did
remember.
that, and then Ben came to me, and he was like, "You know what would be great? If we had a website." And I was like, "That would be great."
I think the
that
internet-
was many
the-
Zoom meetings.
The
of-
internet's here to stay. I think.
The internet's
Yeah.
here to stay. Or
Yeah.
at least the good news
I
on
think
the
it-
internet
yeah.
is here to stay.
I think people are starting to catch on to the internet.
yeah, it's becoming bigger.
Yeah.
So Ben wrote code for it. He like made it himself, which
Yeah,
is very
like-
impressive to me.
I don't know how he did that. That's the smart.
Where did you
people
learn
stuff.
that, Ben?
I just learned it like over time. I've taught myself how to program and
Wow.
do those things.
Part of
Wow.
homeschooling is you teach yourself a lot of stuff.
Sure, including
exactly.
coding. Yeah.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
I am very grateful that you did all those things.
Yeah.
So then
Nice.
we made our website, and on there originally we just had a little "What is the good news?" And if you go there, you'll see the good news.
What is the website, Ben?
The website is goodnewsmagazine.xyz, which is a little bit of a weird domain. It's not .com or .net.
.com
for
is
2
expensive.
reasons.
No judgment.
Yeah,
No
because
judgment.
I think .com was taken, and
was.
it's also more expensive to pay for as a domain.
We learned that actually there's another Good News magazine.
Yeah,
Pretty
there's
sure
a
they're the ones
rival
with
one. They're Lutheran.
They're a Lutheran magazine.
We're like,
so-
So if you're looking for the good news, it's goodnewsmagazine.xyz.
Yeah, otherwise you'll end up with those crazy Lutherans. So
Okay,
Be
there we
careful.
go. Shout out to all the Lutherans who are listening. Yes,
So,
nice.
And then
So say it again. Goodnewsmagazine.xyz.
yeah,
yes.
Okay.
you go
How much
there.
does it cost?
to
Well,
like $20 a year.
I don't.
don't,
It,
don't
Well,
it's
with
a lot
your-
more than you think.
With your recent $50 donation,
That
you
can pay
guys,
for a year.
I
probably.
believe
guys
there's
are
an,
set.
isn't there an anonymous donor
yes.
who donates to it?
Yeah. Yeah. There is.
anonymous donor, your
Someone
parents.
supplies.
No,
shh,
anonymous.
it's anonymous.
Oh, okay.
Unnamed.
Okay.
Unnamed.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know who they are.
Yeah.
But
I just know all your parents, and they're generous people.
Yeah.
very, and they support what we're doing.
Yeah.
very
It costs
much.
a lot to keep the website up. It's more than you'd think.
It is.
All right, so send them some money. There we
yeah.
go.
Yeah. Give us money, please.
There we go. Okay, so Ryan, what is in? If I were to pick up a copy of the Good News magazine in the parish office, or at the 8:30 Coffee and Donuts, or or go to the website goodnewsmagazine.xyz. What's in there? What makes it? What is the content? of
There's
said
just like
magazine?
various Catholic topics, mostly that Tom picks. I don't know how he picks them or what he does.
We'll get to that. Where do the topics
But I know
come from?
Evelyn writes about saints like every week. And this week, it's a little bit of spoilers here. I got why sola scriptura is. I don't know if I said that right.
Sola Scriptura, yeah.
Yes,
there you
I
go.
got
Latin.
that for a topic and why it's
Oh.
wrong. So that's just a little sneak peek.
So the belief so the belief that some folks have that the Bible alone, the Bible's all we need.
Yes.
And as Catholics, we would say the Bible and tradition
Tradition.
go together. So we would say, the doctrine of sola scriptura is
Lacking.
lacking.
Yes.
Yeah, Bible good, Bible and tradition better. There we go. So you wrote an article on that.
Not yet.
Oh,
Exactly.
It's coming soon.
Thomas
when's it
signs
due?
us.
Is it due today? Are you
It'll
procrastinating?
be coming out
Tom.
on Sunday.
It's due on Friday, Ryan.
Oh,
Yes, it's doing.
and today we're recording this on a Wednesday. Yeah. Okay.
You better get on that.
Get
I
on
should-
that,
I
man.
should.
Yeah.
So
He
what-
assigned it
so
to you like a
bit
week
busy.
ago.
topics would be things about the saints,
Uh-huh.
like other theological topics, doctrine.
Uh-huh.
What else is in there?
Alex has a series about the Gospel of John.
He does,
Yeah,
yes.
So
I wrote about the books of the Bible, but I don't really write in there as often anymore, just because the website is so much work.
Yeah, you're the tech guy.
Yeah.
we
You're
pay
behind
him
the
for
scenes.
a different reason.
Yeah.
and we also have.
Does he get paid? Does Ben get paid?
No.
Oh,
Wait a second.
Not.
I mean, with that $50 donation, you guys
He gets
are
paid in my eternal gratitude.
in merits. Yes, in gratitude. So what other Ryan? What other topics would be in there, or what other?
Well, I think there's some apologetics.
Some
at least.
apologetics,
Yeah.
some just definitions of some terms that are used by Catholics that may not
Uh-huh.
be commonly known. Like, what are some like
Or just even like.
transubstantiation?
Okay,
was
yeah,
one.
that's a word that everyone should know,
Yes,
There was
but a lot of people
the-
don't know.
and synods.
Yeah, we
Ooh,
had.
synods.
Yeah, the more confusing parts of like the faith that people don't talk about or really
Yeah.
understand as much.
Yep.
There was for a time. Some older readers might remember Flunk the Monk.
Oh
Which
yeah,
was a comic
we had
strip.
some comic strips, which
But it's not there
short-lived.
anymore.
No, it's not.
Oh, you ran out
Executive
of
decision.
content?
We got
I
rid of it.
sort of
Executive
dug myself
decision.
into a hole by having to end it with someone yelling "flunk."
And
Oh.
so
Yelling at him every.
it was.
It was a valuable lesson for Ryan.
Did
Craig.
It was,
did
yeah.
you draw it? You drew
Yes.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't go look at it.
What?
Totally go look
It
at
was great. my two greatest jokes were based on Pizza Hut, though.
Yeah.
yeah.
Wait, would you like to share one of them?
No.
wait. Do you know what issue it is in? If you go to our website, you can find
I
it.
think it's
the
in
20s, no, it's not in 7.
It's
Is
pretty
he sure?
early.
I think it was in.
How
like,
many
somewhere in the
how
10s.
many how many
We are-
volumes? What's the word I'm looking for?
issues.
Issues.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
How many? issues?
34.
We're publishing our 35th this Sunday.
Wow.
Yeah, we
Okay.
publish every other week, and
Which
we've done
is-
that since September of 2021, I think.
We actually published our first issue on my birthday, September 26th.
I remember that.
There we go.
2021.
Yeah, we took a break last summer. We'll probably do that again.
Yeah, we take
Yeah.
a break
Little
during
summer
the
break.
summer,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
Yeah.
spoiler, we
everyone's
will be
everywhere.
having the podcast during the summer.
Yes, the podcast will be heavily
Yeah.
enforced with an idea that's thrown around on a Bible study of the Gospel of Luke.
Wait a second, we talked about that?
Yes.
Did we?
Oh,
Oh,
As you
we're
can
making
see,
decisions
we're
on air
making
here.
on
Wow.
air.
Yes.
All right.
Okay, so there's the physical publication,
Uh-huh.
Right.
there's the website,
Uh-huh.
and then tell us about the podcast.
Okay, so that's me. We have
Yes.
it's the Good News Magazine highlights. It's on all the platforms, probably the same ones this is on. Although I
We'll
don't
link it in our show notes.
Yeah, ours isn't
Yeah.
on
Yep.
SoundCloud, but
This is what we call a podcast cross pollination.
Exactly,
Cross-pollination
yeah,
podcast.
it's-
We have
Nice.
some followers, and now our followers will now know about the good news.
yeah, we don't have
Podcast.
enough followers to actually do anything for you guys though.
We
so
well, you know, we,
don't.
we don't
We
really
don't.
either.
Yeah.
It's basically my mom and Father Carey's mom.
yeah, all
I
right.
thought
Thank
you had
you,
like 500
mothers
or
of our
something.
priests.
Yeah, and some other people, but our moms are really all we care about.
All
But
right,
you came
yeah.
to me one day and you were like, Tommy, we should do a podcast. I was like,
I remember that.
I
That's how
remember-
this all came about.
I remember soundproofing my closet for one episode. I
and
just
then-
like put all the blankets on the walls. It's like, okay, I have to have good audio for
You
this.
recorded the podcast in your closet.
Kind
we,
of.
we had to record.
Well,
on
it was. It's
Zoom.
on a Zoom meeting.
yeah, so we
It's not this fancy.
Wait,
It's a
It's
Zoom
not
meeting.
this fancy.
we did
Thank you.
zooming
Thank
for
you
a
so
while
much.
until until Ben got better audio system. But
How
Now you do it
now?
like all together in person.
we haven't done one with Ryan in a while, but me
No.
and Tommy have done
Okay.
it in person.
So
I
what's
had-
on the
I had
tele?
one
If
episode.
somebody goes to the podcast, what are they going to find? There?
Right now, they're going to see our daily readings. We're reading each day's mass readings for Lent. But we also have audio versions of our favorite articles from each issue. So we'll
Mhm. The
I'll
highlights.
read the highlights. I'll read
okay. So it's not the whole issue.
exactly.
No.
Yeah,
It's the highlights.
it's the highlights exactly.
Okay.
So I'll read the best articles from each issue. Although I haven't done that during Lent, I've been focusing more on the readings. We also have a discussion. So me and Tommy and Ryan was on one of them as well, where we pick a topic and we just ask each other questions about it and we
Yeah,
answer them.
I've heard those.
Yeah,
I'm a listener.
nice.
Yay.
Thank you, Father.
Yes, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah, but
I was telling the guys before we started recording that they've been doing the Lenten reading. So there was one Friday. Every Friday we have a morning mass at some of the local nursing homes. And that morning, I kind of, I had the intention of like praying with the readings, but the morning kind of got blown up by other things. Anyway, so I did not do my normal sort of good homily preparation, and so I was sort of pressed for time. And so on my way to said nursing home, I listened to Ben reading the readings, and that allowed me to think about fist bump. That allowed me to think about the readings and come up with a good homily to be able to share with the folks at the nursing home. So anyway, that was one example of the Good News Podcast.
Exactly.
Saving
So we've been
saving souls.
Yeah, Tommy and I have kind of been alternating who reads the readings
Mm-hmm.
each day.
Yeah, it's good and good quality.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's better than I've heard a lot of people say like it's better than what they thought it was. So I guess that's a good thing.
Well, I listened to I have a variety of podcasts that I listen to, and every once in a while I'll sort of try a new one.
Mm-hmm.
But if the sound quality isn't good, like I'm out.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm not
That's
I'm
the only
not-
thing that matters.
I'm
Yeah.
not going to put up with, 40 minutes of crackling and, just not I'm not doing it.
Exactly.
and
Yeah.
we can reach, and by reaching more people, hopefully they can learn something from it and make it nice for them to learn it.
Yeah.
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 Exactly.
Okay, so tell us about kind of the life of teenagers these days.
Well,
What is cool and hip?
you might not get a lot of that from us.
Yeah, I think you're gonna want to ask different people.
I am not quote unquote cool and hip.
What makes someone cool and hip?
uh,
To the adults that are listening, I think some of them might say that you guys are cool and hip.
Private magazine owners are cool and hip.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
but
Honestly, just telling them you're homeschooled is like they'll be really surprised by it, and they'll immediately think better of you for some reason.
What is the?
Bonus.
So like there can be, at least when I was in high school, very few people were homeschooled. It's grown a lot.
Yeah,
It's
there's a
grown
lot more now.
It's definitely grown a lot even since COVID. I think
Yeah.
more people. Do you guys? So give me kind of pros and cons of being homeschooled. What are the positives?
You can
Okay.
wear flannel pants.
you can also do that. You don't. The positives, like
No dress code.
temporally, would be that you don't have to wake up super early to get on the bus to go to school.
Yep.
You also don't have to get
School's
on the
your
bus to
This is a
schedule.
reminder, though, that
No
at least
buses.
for each of us, we do a lot of work. It's not just
It's-
kind of this
but,
like,
like,
oh, I'm
sometimes-
homeschooled. I don't really.
Yeah. So I do want to get
school
to
kind of
maybe
thing.
the
Yeah,
misconceptions.
I've had
Yeah.
some misconceptions. Is like homeschoolers sit on the couch all day, and we don't do that, or
No.
at least I don't do that. I'm pretty sure you guys don't do that.
Yeah, I don't.
But some of the pros would be that you don't have to go to a school. You can eat when you want to, and you can really go at your own pace. So if you're really struggling with one subject, you can take your time with that subject. Like if I was struggling at something, I could focus on that. And that if I'm really good at math, which I'm not, but if I was, I don't have to wait for other people who are less good at
You don't
math
have to sit
keep up
90
with
minutes
me.
at a class and do
Yeah.
busy work.
Yeah, you're not waiting on
Mhm.
somebody else.
From like a world point of view, homeschool is very efficient.
It is, yeah.
You get
Huh.
what you need to get done.
You can also, especially for
well.
Catholics, you can do your religion for as much as you want. You can have your own.
Yeah.
Because mom will pick, like, so my mom doesn't like to just take a syllabus. She'll grab little bits of all the syllabuses.
Syllabi.
Yeah, syllabi.
Mm.
Sorry, that is the plural.
Well played.
Good job.
As editor, this is like
Yeah, he's editing him.
We did make the joke before recording
Yeah.
that you were going to edit everything we said.
Yeah, he's editing
can't get
us.
away
He's doing
from
it
it.
again.
Pastors of Pain is an unedited show. We do not edit.
bend.
Okay, so
pencils.
when-
Not sure
so-
Tommy's going to allow that.
So you're I mean your curriculum
Yeah.
is based on
Yeah.
what
It's-
on
Well, my family, we use the curriculum Mother of Divine Grace,
uh-huh.
Yes,
which
that's the one
I
that-
would highly recommend to
It's a great curriculum.
everyone. And it's you go through all the arts, like every single book that they have me read, I've loved.
Wow.
There's no book that I don't like that I've read.
So you're doing all the regular subjects.
Every
Except
Exactly,
yeah,
yeah.
science.
And a few extra ones as well.
Yeah. few
science,
extra ones.
math.
And then science,
History.
math,
History.
religion, which is a nice plus.
Yes.
And
It's probably the best plus.
and then
You guys are studying philosophy, theology,
philosophy, theology. We're using
Latin. You guys are doing
Yeah,
Latin.
Tom and
Yes.
I both
Latin.
do Latin. Do you?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. We all do Latin.
Yeah. It's Latin. My relationship with Latin is like love it and hate it.
Yeah.
I love that I'm learning
That's- yeah.
Latin, and it's
hard.
It's hard.
It's hard.
Yep, it's hard.
but
Yep.
worth it. Most of the
Yeah.
Most of the time. Exactly.
But-
In our last few minutes, what do you guys? You're 13. You're 14. Like what do you want to do? What are you going to do with your life?
Actually, I kind of want to.
Everyone keeps asking me that, and I have no idea.
Yeah,
Uh,
and that's okay.
I
Ryan,
want-
you said you want to be a priest.
Yes.
Okay, tell us about that. What's I mean, not like what priests do. I think people get that part.
Yeah.
If
Probably
they're
ask
listening
you,
to
you
this
know.
show, what that's like been on your mind for a while, or
Yeah, since like first grade, I think.
yeah. What kind of priest? Like a parish priest, like me and Father Carey, or
Well,
like
actually, I
a
started
Jesuit or
thinking
a
about.
Franciscan?
I did start thinking about a monastery might be cool.
We should go this summer. Hey, we went. I took the staff last week. We went over to St. Gregory's in Shawnee, which is a Benedictine monastery. We should go there this summer.
Which is the one? Is
yeah.
there one in Clear Creek?
And then Clear
Clear
Creek
Creek
is a
Abbey,
couple
been there
more
many
hours
times.
away. Yeah, Our Lady of Abbey of Our Lady of Clear Creek, which we could go there too.
That sounds.
Oh, okay. Ben, what do you see yourself doing if you listen to this in 20 years? If podcasts still exist.
Yeah, we'll see. But I'm probably gonna. I'm really interested in aviation and planes and things like that.
Nice.
So I built my own really nice computer. So I picked out the CPU, I picked out the motherboard, the graphics card, and I built a PC.
You built a computer?
Yeah, and
don't know how to
it's
do
able
that.
to.
Dang.
It's strong enough that it can run a flight simulator. So I have like
Wow.
like a flight yoke that I plug into my PC, and I can run like an actual really good flight simulator on my computer. So
Wow.
I'm really interested in that
Okay,
kind of
cool.
stuff.
Very
Yeah.
cool. Very cool. Tommy, what are you thinking?
I'm particularly drawn to the Dominicans, like to be a Dominican priest. I think would be-
Dominicans rule.
yeah, they do, and just they're the order of preachers, and
Mhm.
that's something that I try to make sure is in the good news is that we're trying to preach the gospel and teach people about the Catholic faith through the good news.
Very cool. All right, in our last minute, what are you guys reading right now?
I just finished a book on Winston Churchill,
Nice.
and I'm also
That was for fun, or that was for school?
as for school.
For school.
For
Yeah.
fun, I'm reading Thomas Aquinas by G.K. Chesterton.
Nice. The Dumb Ox. Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. Ben, what are you reading these days?
For school, I'm doing right now. I'm doing the Iliad and the Odyssey.
Very nice. Yeah.
And I will also be doing Tom Sawyer as well later this year.
All right.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Good book.
Yeah.
Very good. Ryan, what are you reading?
I was reading some history. It was called Augustus Caesar's World. It's like all the little things that are going around during Augustus Caesar. And I was also reading In the Shadow of His Wings,
Great
just
book.
for fun.
Oh, yeah. Father Healy's big on that book.
I know he's handing
Have you
it to
talked to him
everyone.
about that?
No.
Yeah. He's all about it. He's got like a bunch
Great
of the
book.
men of the parish reading it.
I know
Prayer
he did.
cannot
He
be
did give one to
understated.
Dad,
Yeah.
and I picked it. I was like, oh,
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, was your dad was reading it?
I think so. Yeah.
Ah,
He was
okay.
studying to be a deacon.
Yeah. Right on. Wow. Okay, so we got 3 interesting dudes right here. So check them out. goodnewsmagazine.xyz. Correct?
Correct.
Yeah. Check it out. Subscribe to the podcast. Send them some money.
Let's go.
Only if you want
You can
to.
find all those things on our
And
website.
you'll see their Good News Magazine in and around the parish. Guys, thanks for joining us.
Glad we could be here.
It's been a joy. God bless.